Hi folks, today I'm going to talk about one of the most important parts of any river fisherman's outfit, waders. Even stillwater anglers are using them now. So what do we look for? Well, first of all, think about what you're going to do with them. If you're not going to do a lot of walking, well, neoprene waders are fantastic. They keep you warm. But if you're like me, quite an active fisherman, walking up and down rivers when I'm guiding, well, nothing beats the breathable. So what do we look for in a breathable wader? First thing, before you even go into a shop, set yourself a budget, and then within that budget, have a look at the different waders. Now this is the one I use. Before we start, look at the seams on the outside, then check inside and look at the taping. Make sure there's good taping where those seams are. Now a couple of years ago, zips came into waders and I thought, oh, no way. But you know, divers have had them in dry suits for years and years, and to be honest with you, they've never ever let me down. They're absolutely brilliant to get the waders on and waders off, because it's just like putting a pair of trousers on. Far better than when you got chest and you've got to pull and put them over. So go for a zip there if you can afford them. The other thing I like as well, very, very nice reinforced straps. It's quite heavy, right? So there's a lot of pressure on your shoulders, so you want to spread that weight about. And when I'm river fishing, I tend to carry fly boxes inside my waders, so that pushes it down as well. So good straps. And then we've got pockets on the outside. We've got zingers on the outside, fly patch, pocket on that side. To be honest with you, when I'm fishing for grayling, I do wade to probably an inch from the top. So anything that's put in there, if you put your tippet material in that, it is going to get wet. So I don't use any of those pockets. Now, when you read reviews in magazines, most of the waders they talk about are brand new to the market, and they talk about all this feature and that feature. But what happens to them 6 months to a year down the line? Well, these are mine that I've worn for 14 months, and it's been a hard 14 months. And to be honest with you, nothing has gone wrong. Yes, they're expensive. They're over £600, but they have lasted me, in a normal fisherman's life, you're talking about 6-7 years. Couple of down things I've noticed, just starting on the bottom, the tape is starting to go. But if they do go and start leaking, I can send them back to Sims and they'll retape them. I've got a little bit of a damage on the gaiter. That is because of the wading boot I've used has just hit on it and just made a hole. The one other downside of this one, they say breathable. To be honest with you, in the middle of summer, when it's really, really hot, I find I do sweat quite a bit in them. So a lighter pair might be better in the heart of summer. But 99% of the time, these are fantastic and never let me down. So you've picked your waders. Now, what about on the end of them? What are you going to wear on your feet? I know you can buy boot foot breathable waders. But a personal point of view, I would stay away from them, because the boots tend to be like Wellingtons and give no support whatsoever to the ankle. And when you're wading in a river, you can't see the bottom, you can twist your ankle. So a good pair of wading boots can save you a lot of the time. So wading boot. Now, the important thing is, what about the bottom, right? You can get felt sole, you can get rubber sole, you can get studs in the felt sole, in the rubber sole. This is the felt one. I find this really, really good if I'm fishing on the coast and fishing off the rocks, because they're really, really sharp. These absorb the sharpness of the rocks and give you great, great grip. But if there's seaweed on there, then felt sole with studs offer you a little bit better grip. The downside with both of these, if you ever walk on wet grass or muddy bank, it's like being in an ice rink. So, rubber soles, fantastic, great grip in muddy banks and on grassy banks. A lot of people that fish on small rivers and they want to be really stealthy. They want to creep up on the fish. They love these. They make no noise, give great grip. But me personally, I want to be as safe as houses when I wade. And I am a bit silly when I wade. So rubber sole and studs in there as well. So you've got the best grip on the bank and the best grip in the water. One other thing to be wary of if you're going to purchase a new pair of wading boots. Some countries now are banning these to fish. Why? Well, because over in New Zealand, we've got the disease called didymo or rock snot. That means the whole river goes a whitey, snotty coloured. And the problem is that bacteria can live for months in wet soles. So you're not going to be allowed to fish with these. So if I was you, go down the rubber sole route and put studs in them. That way you'll be safe and you'll protect the environment.